Welcome to The Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and The Daily Dish.
Well, as Flynn would say, it's Monday. Hello, it's Sprint Day. How y'all doing? Doing great? Good weekend? Feeling fabulous? On fire? Ready to make this sprint your own? I know you are. I know you're doing all the things, aren't you? And look who is here. We've got Catherine in the house and Mary Ann, Jackie, Lizzie's here, Kathy's here, Martha's here. So is Lisa. Goodness. Who else? Marguerite, Jocelyn, Sharon, Helen, Jerry, Denise, Laura, Marianne, Vanessa. Dang, girls. I got my hot melt mix going by my side too. Hey, can I tell you something? So I have been just really working hard on extending that fast. And you know, sometimes you get hungry. Guess what? I didn't die from hunger. It was okay. I got a little hungry. But you know what works? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is my second glass. And boy, did that help a lot. I'm just letting you know, these are the things that really make a difference. Hey, Sandy, I'm glad you're here. So this week, we're going to be talking about everything. Okay, you ready? We're going to be talking about everything on how to build that bridge. We always talk about the gap. Pamela, I am so glad to see Pam Bryant. I'm looking at you. I see you. I want you here every single day. Promise me you will. Promise me you will. I've got a question that I'm answering for you already in an email, and I also am going to do it on Q&A. Yes, I'm talking to you. I love you. Yes, Sharon, the hot melt mix came in. Everybody's order's been fulfilled. It's all been out, right? I'm just letting you know. Hi, Tanya. So glad to see you all. Look, I'm going to tell you what. Today we're going to build some bridges, okay? You know why? The bridge is, you are here. Your goal is there. And in order to bridge that gap, you've got to build a bridge to get there. It's all about the construction. And you're the only one who can take the tools out of your toolbox. You're it. You're it. I can't do it for you. I cannot. Hi, Darla. Yes, Lisa, it will be arriving tomorrow. Terry, I'm glad you're here too. You know, I'm telling you, the tools are everything. We have supplements. Those are tools. We have mindful mugs, tools. We have all kinds of tools. If you don't use them, what can I say? I'm going to give you the first element, the first piece of this puzzle on how to build this bridge. You're an architect. If you're an architect, pinkies up. You know, if you're a bridge builder, pinkies up. Let's be that woman. Hi, Carla. Hi, Margaret. I'm so glad you're here. Gwen is in the house too. We also have such a quote of the week. This is a cosmic 2x4. I didn't see Denise. Hi, Denise. Did I miss you? Be careful of the words you speak. They become the house you live in. Speaking of being architects, is that right? I mean, boom. And I'm on fire for this week. I'm on fire for all of this week. I'm on fire for moving the needle. You only move the needle when you put your focus on moving the needle. It's the truth, you know? It's the truth. And we know this. We've experienced it. This is not our first rodeo. You know, it's not that you haven't had success in your life. You just maybe haven't had success in this one thing. And when we understand what the components are for success, then we're going to be absolutely, absolutely ecstatic bridge builders, because it's all about that bridge. How about that? That's where the vibrancy is, by the way, on that bridge building. It's all about that. We have the hydration webinar that's happening tonight at 7 p.m. You going to be there? savingdinner.com/hydrate. You know why? Because after we sprint, we're going to start focusing on being hydrated. It's important. Yolanda, you're here. Joanne is here as well. I love this. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, hydration is the thing. And sometimes hydration is the one missing piece of the puzzle that makes it so that you're not losing weight. It could be adding to weight loss resistance. So I want to help you with that. Carol's in the house. Lucy's in the house. I'm starting to feel like we're having a party. So the hydration webinar is everything. Check it out. I want you to hear about this. There's some parts about hydration I know you don't know. savingdinner.com/hydrate. Go get signed up and be there tonight. If you can't be there, you can at least get the replay from that, right? Everything has gone out from the gala. Everything has gone out that was back ordered, blah, 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 blah. You know the reason we had a back order? It wasn't because we didn't plan. We did. It was because you blew our expectations out, blew the doors right off the whole building. Can I just say that? Thank you for that. And now we are all caught up. Everybody's stuff has gone out. And can we just drink to that? Right? I like that. Rosemary, it's been a minute. I'm so glad you're here. We do have good water recipes. Yolanda's right. Water recipes. Who knew? There is such a thing. And if you've got your water bottle from the last full bloom, that's wonderful for putting cucumber and mint and all kinds of things. It's just lovely, an infusion. I love it. Hi, Angie. Pop-up boutique is open, savingdinner.com/boutique. And this is one of the things that you can buy there. Look at this, the full bloom. I love this. This is for just right now. This is the new one. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I love this mug. It's gorgeous and it holds a lot. This is what I use my tea for. And then savingdinner.com/pop. I'm also going to say and badger the heck out of you. It's time to really make a decision about full bloom. Do you want to be in here in person or are you going to do it remotely? It's up to you. But if you are thinking about doing it in person, it's now time to start putting those pieces together. We have a 3-pay available. We have all kinds of stuff. We want to set you up for success. I have to say, if you're here in person, oh my gosh, it's going to be so cool. Plus you're going to meet the team, almost all the team. We have Lindsay's going to be, she's going to be staying on the computers at home, but Jenny's going to be here. Amber's going to be here. Mark's going to be here. It's going to be amazing. savingdinner.com/bloom. Please go look at the page. If you get that little stirring in your heart and you're thinking, how am I going to do this? Pop me an email, support@savingdinner.com. I'll help figure it out with you. Okay. This is going to be amazing. So that's what we've got going on. And also, of course, our new supplement of the week. Let's stay on the course on the Core 4. Wise Women's CalMax. Now listen, I'm going to tell you right now, calcium magnesium is important for our bones, right? It's got to be in the right proportion, 1-to-1. That's what the new research is telling us. And most of them out there aren't like that because we don't want calcium deposits in our arteries, nor do we want kidney stones, right? That's why we do it the way we do. savingdinner.com/show to get all the details. If you buy 3, you're going to get the 4th one free. Isn't that so good? Isn't that so great? You know what? I couldn't believe how many B complexes went out the door last week because that's what our supplement of the week is. Well, this is how you stock up, y'all. This is how you keep the price down, okay? Because when you're ordering like this, I get to order more and I get to put my price down. When my price goes down, so does yours. I pass it on. savingdinner.com/show. Get it now, okay? Don't put it off. Do it. And so today we're going to be building some bridges. How do you like that? Who wants to build a bridge with me? Who's willing? Who says, I always tell you all the time I am an athlete. Well, I'm also an architect. And I'm also a builder. I'm also a construction worker. I'm also someone who has made a decision in her life that I'm not going to take status quo. I'm not going to allow things to mow me over and keep me down. I'm going to pop back up. I'm resilient. And guess what else? I don't quit because I've got grit. You know about that. I love it. Lucy says, I have my hammer and my pliers. Sarah says, put on your hard hats, ladies. Absolutely. We're going into the trenches. Helen knows. Everyone knows. This is what we do. Who just said hi, everyone? Alice did. Hi, Alice. When we make the decision that we're going to build that bridge, that nothing's going to stand in our way, we do put on hard hats. We open the actual toolbox. We don't just sit there and look at it and admire it. We take it out of the box. We take it out of the box. We don't have supplements sitting. I actually have people who email in and say, I have this supplement. I haven't opened it, but it's got the date 2016 on it. Why? Take your damn supplements. I'm sorry, but that kind of thing infuriates me. You know why? Because I know you take your supplements, you're going to feel better. That's part of the whole bridge. I know that when you feel better, you're going to do better. I know that when you're taking your supplements, they're not something to admire on a shelf. This isn't glassware that was passed down from your great grandma. These are for you. This is self-care. This is basic. This is get it done. But you know what? It starts with willingness. That's the first thing you need to do to be an architect, to build the bridge, to get into the weeds and start making it happen. We are starting the sprint today. Have you weighed? Have you measured? Have you written it down? Are you being accountable to yourself? Do you have a body clutter buddy? Or you want to go further? You want to be accountable to them too? Do you want to do that? This is how it's done. It's done by simply saying and making a decision that says, I am willing. Willingness opens the door. It's the first thing that opens the door. It's the very first thing. It's the doorknob, it's the hinge that swings it open. It's two things, because without willingness, you are stuck. And can I just say, who likes stuck? Anybody enjoy stuck? I have never met a single soul in my life that says, I like where I am, just stuck here, doing nothing, not getting done what I want. No one, not a soul. When we get on a plateau, we're like, how do I get off of this? Shake the box, do this, do that. Well, it's the same thing with our lives, because our lives, it's all the things. It's not just one thing. That's why we always say it's not about the size of your jeans, the color of your lipstick. It's not about that. It's about what we talk about on the Daily Dish, bringing vibrancy back to your life, heart, mind, body, and soul. Because when they're all together, so are you. I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple. You understand that, don't you? Mimi's here. Everybody understands that. So what are we going to do? We're going to start with declarative statements. Declarative statements are mini manifestos to ourselves. They're seeds of intention. I am statements. I am willing is such a gigantic door opener. It gives us the ability. It gives us the tenacity. It gives us creativity. It gives us all the things that seem to be missing. I am willing. Just start there, and there it goes. That's how you start the process. That's how you start the process. I wrote this really cool, I don't know if I have it. Goodness. I got something really cool, it's upstairs, in my meditation, that progress is the process is the progress, is what came to me when I was meditating today. Because I meditate, I have my regular meditation, I have a 5-minute meditation that I do just for my fitness goals, just for them. And the process is the progress. Isn't that so cool? And I get that now. And it's a little bit slow on some things, and it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But it makes the difference. It changes your perspective. It gives you a new set of values, that we value those little tiny steps, that we value just that incremental change, that little shift. You all know this. You know this because of, have you ever been in a radio station and it's not coming in clear, right? Remember in the old days, you used to have the tuner, you used to be able to do that. Well, and then we'd be able to get it tuned right in. Because a little bit off, there's a lot of static, but tuned in, boom. Then you're gonna be able to rock out to your favorite Motown hit, like I am prone to do. Sarah wants to know, wait, take all the supplements to make them work? Yeah. I mean, I see, we get, the carousel of crazy. It's a big place. It's a big thing. And there's carousels of crazy for all kinds of stuff. And when we're committed to the carousel of crazy and always looking for the next thing, sometimes we don't even take into account the things we already have. And that's why I'm talking about willingness today. It starts the process with that statement, I am willing. Willingness is powerful. It's huge. But the problem is sometimes people are just stuck and saying, I just don't know how to be willing. You're stuck in that one thing. But your energy flows where your attention goes. And if your attention is on this idea of being willing, that means you're going to start unpacking some stuff. You're going to start looking at some things. You're going to start making new and different decisions to shift things so that willingness is there for you. It's not that you can't, it's that you haven't yet. So let's talk about, what does it take to be willing? You ready to do it? The first thing is your thinking. Because our thoughts, as you think, so you are. It's that simple. So if you're constantly saying, I am overwhelmed, I am unable, I cannot, then that is exactly what's going to manifest in your life. That you can't, you're overwhelmed, this, that, and the other thing. You're making pronunciations, if you will, about the state of your life. And you're saying, but Leanne, you don't understand. I am. Okay. But we can back away from all that lip service to something that you don't want and start parking your lips on something that you do want. Because when we start to change our focus and start to change the whole direction of what we're thinking about, then things start to manifest itself completely different. The reticular activating system, remember this, is always looking for evidence to support the things that you're thinking about and the things that you're saying. Overwhelmed? Check. Let me go arrange your destiny for you and make your overwhelm a reality, right? It's just that simple. So to create new thoughts, we've got to create new goals, right? We do. If you have a goal of being less negative, which isn't a very good goal, really, because what does that mean? How do you measure that? How do you, put a value on that? Maybe instead of being less negative, maybe we need to start looking at things as I'm going to flip my thoughts as the negative things come up and start looking for the thing that I want. Making declarative statements. Remember last week we talked about the trigger and how the trigger high fives all around? It's part of the high vibe tribe, right? It is. It is. High-fiving yourself and saying, you did it. You're amazing. These are the things that open up the door to willingness. Just a little thing like that. Just one of those little things starts to plant the seed of, oh, I'm willing to do this one thing for 10 minutes. Then maybe I'm willing to do the next thing for 10 minutes. And the next thing. Oh, I'm thinking these thoughts. Well, maybe if I thought about it this way and start focusing on what it is that you want, the creativity blossoms. But that's for another day. Right now, we just need willingness. Willingness is the big thing. Number 2 is we need the tools, right? What are you going to use to make it happen? What are you going to use? You can journal for your goals, by the way, right? We have our it's upstairs. Mine's upstairs. Take Back Your Life journal. All of our success tools are in one spot. And guess what? We didn't just one day say, hey, let's do this. I said, this works for me. This helps me. This is a thing. I've got quotes all over my house. I have them everywhere. I've got them on my phone. I've got them, on my feed on Facebook. I've got them on my wall. Quote decks. Why? Because quotes change your mind. Quotes make you see something different. It's willingness too. The willingness to change your mind is in what it is that you're taking in, what you're consuming. If you're consuming a bunch of negative media, you're going to be negative. If you're consuming a whole bunch of junk games and junk TV and junk it's not going to work out well for you. And same with the junk food. Why would we think we're going to get anything back other than inflammation and pain and weight gain? Why would we think that? That we are going to get back exactly what it is that we're focused on. And this is just, plain old physics, if you will. What goes up comes down, It's a fulcrum. It's everything. It's all these things. But the willingness to take a look and to say, maybe if I just focused over here on these things, it'll help. Use your mindful mug. Now, if you don't have a mindful mug, go get one. It's easy. They're cheap. And this mindful mug is going to have a message for you every time. This mindful mug is going to tell you that you can do it. Be mindful in your food. Little incremental things. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to say, oh, that dorky mindful mug, and drink from it and allow it to work its magic? It's physiological, psychological, it's all the logicals because it helps you do the things. It does. Makes all the difference in the world. How about, think about all the other things. We've got the quote deck, we've got the mindful mug, we've got everything at our fingertips. We have an amazing community of women who are just waiting to give you an atta girl or help you out. Someone's hand is standing there, right there, just like this, saying, let me help you up. Let me help you. Let me be by your side. Let me be your body clutter buddy and take it a step further. And then what another willingness thing is? Another component to willingness is being willing to stop for a minute and really count your blessings. Yeah? You've heard that? Is it trite? Is that just like garbage? Just slap a little, happy face sticker on it? I don't think so. Because the studies have shown us that gratitude expands the borders of your heart. You've heard that one before, right? It does. It makes you see things that you haven't seen before. And what does that do for your willingness? Keeps growing that willingness. It makes you see things. It makes you see the life that you have. It makes you want the beauty of the life that you have, right? Just little things. And number 4 is food. Food is the fuel for your life. Food does this. Without food, you're just going to sit there unable to get around, right? Isn't it amazing? But, I ask you this, am I willing to sprint to improve my life? Am I willing to sprint to make my life better, to make my health better, to make the pain go away, to get rid of the medications that I'm on right now? And let me ask you another question. Am I willing to give up the things that have held me hostage and my health hostage for all these years? Am I willing to do it? Am I willing to suffer a little bit? Ooh, there's that S word. In the discomfort of saying no to the things that hold me back. Am I willing to do that? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Do you want cookies or do you want vibrancy? Because there is a definite difference between the two. Definite different choices. And I'm going to tell you, cookies are low vibe. All that crap that's probably sitting in your pantry, if you haven't done a pantry clean out yet, all that crap sitting in your pantry is low vibe food. There's nothing in there that's going to promote your health. There's nothing in there that's going to help you with the weight loss. There's nothing in there that's going to do anything for you except make you feel guilty, make you feel crappy, and take from you vibrancy, your health. And create excessive pain. That's what happens. Number 5 is community. Good grief. If you're willing to step into this, if you're willing to have a life that is vibrant and that you want to build that bridge to it, then get your butt into our community, the Facebook group. You know why? Encouragement, support, success, and success loves success. And it's an absolute. And if I ever see anybody say, I'm so jealous of you and oh, but I can't and blah, 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 I'm going to take it to task. I will. You know why? Because we're all in this together. We all can do it as long as we're willing. If you want to sit there and compare, you're not willing. You're again focused on the wrong things. We focus on the things that are happening. We congratulate. We go to the high vibe place. The high vibe place. High five, you're doing great. High five, I think you're the best. You're such an encouragement. I see that so many times, right? And what happens when we see that? What happens when we see this amazing community coming together and supporting? You get more of the same. That's what willingness does. That's what willingness does when you're willing to go out there. I've had women who've said so much, and I've seen it on repeat. I don't normally do this, but here I am. And I'm not one to say much, but I've got this problem, blah, 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 blah. And you know what I've seen? I've seen them step up into who they're supposed to be. I've seen them step up into their willingness to open up, to be vulnerable, and allow for others to come in and to come to their aid. Don't you need that? Oh my gosh, I need that so desperately. We all do. It's part of who we are. So our community is everything. It's a connection. And to go further, I'll take a page from Lizzie and Jen's journal, Body Clutter Buddies from the beginning. Look at Lizzie's testimonial earlier today in the Facebook group. Unbelievable. And it was when they made that connection, they'd been there for each other. They've been there, probably deeper. It is a fellowship and not a clique. It's absolutely true. Exactly true, Sarah. 100%. Willingness is oftentimes, though, we get to this place of willingness only by virtue of crisis. We don't realize it until everything finally comes to this screeching place. We have a crisis on our hands. So a crisis can be anything that's going to wake you up out of this coma of not paying attention to what's going on in your life. What do you want? What do you want? That's the bottom line. Do you want to have willingness in your life to take you to the next step? Do you want to have willingness in your life to help you build the bridge? Do you want your health, your vibrancy, your life back? That's what's here. Now, you know what? This is the carousel of crazy we're talking about, is doing the same thing over and over again and keep going and then shifting out and saying, you know what? I'll go find a new guru. I'll read a new book. I'll find a new diet. You know what it is? We're done with dieting. We're done with all of this stuff. It's time to pay attention to your whole self, right? It's time to love yourself up. Sarah wants to be a bridge builder. Who's with her? Pinkies up if you're building bridges. The willingness to build bridges, the willingness to get into the weeds and be a construction worker. Get your hands dirty, roll up your sleeve, do the hard work, suffer a little bit. Yeah, I said the word suffer. Because just that little bit of suffering when you're just saying, you know what, it's hard right now, it's hungry, I'm having a hard time, I get it. But guess what? You're bigger than that, way bigger. And especially if you've decided that you are a bridge builder, that you're going to build your own bridge, that you're not going to wait for someone to do it, a new guru. You're not going to wait for the next fad diet to come along or whatever garbage is out there. Let's stick with the science. Let's stick with each other. Let's stick with the things that we know work. If you've been into the group, have you seen the success in there? It's pretty mind-boggling. I invite you to be willing. I invite you to this next level up. I invite you to stop your sniveling, to stop your whining, to stop all the obstacles and the reasons why you can't, and start looking for the reasons why you can. Because you can, if you're only willing. Drop the mic. That's what I have for you today. Pinkies up, sisters. Pinkies up. Lucy's got her hammer poised. I see so many pinkies up on this. I love it. Yeah, stop looking for the new tools, says Darla. Exactly. Use the wonderful ones you have. Listen, you're equipped. You're ready for this. You just have to start with the first thing, and that's willingness. Boom! The pinkies up. Peace be with you. I love you and I appreciate you. You know that, right? I will see you tonight, hopefully, for the hydration webinar, 7 p.m., savingdinner.com/hydrate. Be there. Bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.